The F-22 Raptor, a fighter so advanced, America chose to keep it within its borders. But why did the production of the F-22 get scaled down, and what made it one of the most expensive projects in aviation history? And is the F-22 truly a technological marvel, or does the classified information hide flaws and imperfections that the world shouldn't see? Join us as we unravel the untold story of this marvelous aircraft, exploring the technological mysteries, the unexpected turns in its production, and the covert missions it was born for. It's 1997, and a beast of a machine takes flight, setting a new standard in aerial dominance. Fast forward to 2023, and the F-22 gets its first taste of action, shooting down a spy balloon off the South Carolina coast in a heart-pounding air-to-air combat. And guess what? Not a scratch. Now, what makes this jet so exclusive? Well, the United States has this aircraft on lockdown. No selling, not even to their closest allies. That tells you a lot about how amazing the F-22 is. Imagine her beauty flying through the skies in an F-117 Nighthawk, enveloped in the stealthiness of a genuine acrobat, performing amazing maneuvers. The surprise here is that the F-22 is more than just a fast and agile aircraft. With its superior avionics, stealth, and speed, it creates a triple danger. Ever heard of supercruise? This bird doesn't require an afterburner to cruise at Mach 1.5 without exerting much energy. This means that compared to its afterburner-dependent predecessors, it can stay stealthy and evade radar detection. Now, let's talk engines. The F-22 is powered by not one, but two Pratt Whitney F119 engines, each belting out a jaw-dropping 35,000 pounds of thrust. Hold on tight because these powerhouses are the secret behind the Raptor's supersonic magic. And get this, they can vector their thrust, giving the F-22 unparalleled control in the air. Now, let's explore the amazing field of thrust vectoring, a revolutionary approach to VTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing. The British Harrier was an aircraft that employed thrust vectoring to direct engine thrust downward, allowing it to vertically rise into the sky. Now that was an incredible feat of vertical takeoff. Now, fast forward to the 1990s where the X-31, an experimental jet, took center stage. Born from a joint US and German initiative, this aircraft wasn't just about getting off the ground, it was a ballet in the air. Thrust vectoring, coupled with advanced onboard computers, enabled the X-31 to pull off mind-bending maneuvers, setting the stage for the ultimate fighter, the F-22 Raptor. The F-22 could easily execute moves like the Cobra and J-turn, not just for show, but as strategies to outwit enemy missiles. Thanks to lessons from programs like HARV and the X-31, the F-22 became a sky-dominating force. And trust me, the F-22 pilot is as unlikely to face danger as a stealthy fog. That's how good this bird is. Now let's talk stealth. Lockheed, the brains behind the F-22, had been stealth pioneers since the 1980s with the F-117 Nighthawk. The initial stealth theory involved sharply angled panels deflecting radio waves, creating radar confusion. But stealth is no one-trick pony. It's a tech ensemble. It's about reducing radar cross-section, tiptoeing on the acoustic front, and keeping a cool thermal profile. During the late 1980s, radar-absorbing materials were the new thing for U.S. defense contractors. This opened the door for sleek, curved surfaces on stealth giants like the B-2 and our star, the F-22, making them not just menacing, but aerodynamically slick. The F-22 is the peak of smooth curves because it had no 90-degree angles. Why? Because those right angles send radar signals bouncing straight back to the source. To keep things stealthy, the F-22 doesn't show off its weapons. They're stashed inside an internal weapons bay, popping out only briefly for a launch, just like the B-2 stealth bomber dropping bombs. And what about that canopy? Well, it's a defense against radar interference as well as a view to the outside world. The canopy has a stunning golden tint thanks to a miraculous mixture known as indium tin oxide coating. Why? Because it is opaque against radar but transparent to the pilot. That sleek shape, it works like a ninja to deflect those radar signals, so it's not just for show. So here's the deal. That fancy low observable coating on the Raptor isn't just for show. It needs some tender loving care. And by that, I mean picking panels, doing some paint work, sanding, and sealing gaps. About half of the F-22's maintenance routine involves patching up these stealth coatings that take a hit during routine checkups. These rogues aren't left in the open following their risky adventures. Nope, they are treated like VIPs at hangars. Why? For an entire hour and 45 minutes every night, these jets receive maintenance. Every nook and cranny is examined by technicians who search for any hidden damage to the stealth coating. Now, here's a cool fact. Unlike its stealthy cousin, the B-2 bomber, which demands a climate-controlled hangar, the F-22 can chill in any regular hangar. Flexibility at its finest. But hey, when you're a cutting-edge stealth machine, you gotta keep up appearances. Now let's talk about the dance of the flight control surfaces. Wouldn't those flaps reflect signals? Well, yes, some might bounce back, but the thrust vectoring steps in like a superhero. By directing the jet exhaust, less fidgeting of flight control surfaces is needed. So not only does thrust vectoring make the F-22 a nimble ninja in the sky, but it also adds a layer of stealthiness. And what about visual stealthiness? When you stare down the F-22 head-on, it's got that sleek, sneaky vibe. But the real ace up its wing is the avionics suite, the high-tech brain of the operation. Though its younger sibling, the F-35, might have slightly stylish electronics, the F-22's radar and targeting system play in the big leagues. Ever heard of first kill opportunity? That's F-22 code for spotting and taking out the target before it even knows the Raptor is in town. Combine this first kill wizardry with the F-22's stealth, and you've got a match made in aviation heaven. The Raptor might never have to pull off its mind-bending maneuvers because, well, it's just that good at playing hide-and-seek in the sky. Now, rewind to the 80s, when the Soviet Union was flexing its air combat muscles with aircraft like the Beriev A-50, MiG-29, and Su-27. The last two being labeled as super maneuverable. Back then, American fighters like the F-15 and F-16 were the kings of the sky, outmaneuvering their Soviet counterparts without breaking a sweat. But here's the twist. As Soviet tech caught up, the need for a fighter to outshine the opponents became crystal clear. Enter the 1990s, where two heavyweights, Northrop Grumman and Lockheed, pitched their contenders. Northrop's YF-23 was a sleek beast, faster and stealthier, while Lockheed's YF-22 had that classic fighter jet look, carrying more munitions internally and ready for dogfights. So, why did Lockheed get the contract in '91? Well, Northrop was juggling cost overrun issues from the B-2 bomber project, and that tipped the scales toward Lockheed. Little did they know, the F-22 would turn out to be quite the expensive project itself. Just 8 months after the F-22 claimed its throne as the U.S. Air Force's new air superiority champ, the Soviet Union, America's big rival, folded like a house of cards. Suddenly, the U.S. Air Force had 750 state-of-the-art planes on their hands, with no adversary in sight. But the story takes a gloomy turn as we travel faster through the F-22's voyage. Initially slated for a whopping 750 units, the Air Force ended up ordering only 195 by the time it officially debuted in 2005. Production wrapped up in 2011, and the total program cost a hefty $67.3 billion, with a staggering $32.4 billion invested in research and development, and the rest in procurement and military construction. But wait, there's more. The Navy decided to bow out, passing on any F-22 naval variants, citing the hefty price tag, a mind-blowing $70,000 per hour of flight time. To put things in perspective, operating an F-35 was a relative bargain at $44,000 per hour. Mother Nature threw a curveball in October 2018 when Hurricane Michael decided to dance through Tyndall Air Force Base in Panama City, damaging 8 to 12 Raptors. But fear not, these sleek birds have been patched up since then. As the sun sets on the F-22's dominance, it's not rival aircraft like Russia's Su-57 or China's J-20 that dim its glory. No, it's the F-22's own successor, the next generation air dominance, or NGED, currently in the works. Expected to be in service by 2030, the NGID is a 6th generation marvel, blending seamlessly with drone support, modern avionics, and a promise to redefine air superiority. Yet, even then, the F-22 might linger as the fastest, most maneuverable, and stealthiest aircraft of its time. A legend in the skies. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of cutting-edge aviation, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more captivating stories. Stay tuned for the latest updates and thrilling adventures in the world of technology, aviation, and beyond. Until next time.